with all the information. It looks like it's 948 millibars, which is the most recent Hurricane Hunter reconnaissance. So, Jay, if you could go ahead and maybe pull up all that tropical information and then pull off that green box, maybe if possible, and certainly start clicking and querying across the area here of the peninsula. And you will see here that we do have some updates. Just go ahead and hit that query box, and we're going to go right across everything that's impacting us right now in real time. So let's go ahead and just step off camera for just one bit here, and we're just going to go ahead and start querying across the area to see exactly how we're getting impacted across the Florida Peninsula. So this is what we're going to do together over the next couple of hours. All right. So we are seeing some extreme wind warnings. And if you zoom on into the area there, you will see what cities are actually being impacted right now. So we do see Tampa being impacted in that purple. But if we zoom on in there with the mouse, we can see that we're also including towns like Ruskin and continue a little deeper in there. And we'll see other towns that are also being impacted here, including Clearwater, St. Petersburg. We also have Dover and Gibsonton. Now, in just one moment, I am going to ask Jay to join us here because he's got a really great handle of that area. He spent some time there when he was doing his storm chasing, and we certainly want to go ahead and keep you updated with everybody that's in this area here. So, could you also add the wind profile so we can see just how we're being impacted with that wind when we add those wind particles and the direction from which all of that is coming from? Look at this, very interesting, right? Do you see those tubes of airs? Now we're just at 850 millibars, I believe, or at our surface winds, but you can see here that Bloomingdale is definitely going to be impacted quite strongly by its position. If we zoom out just a little bit, Jay, you'll also see here that there are other towns that are in the line of what's happening here with everything as far as the landfall and the impact of Hurricane Milton. So it looks like we certainly have to keep an eye out for Sarasota, as we mentioned, but we've got Winter Haven as well and Port Charlotte. But we do have to understand that what we're looking at, and really the major impact, is that a lot of people are questioning the direct landfall or where that eye crosses over when it comes to that land, right? So technically, the eye has to move over that land, and that's where it will make landfall, but we're still being impacted by the wind profile and really by these kind of jogging of the actual hurricane, right? We all knew that it was going to make landfall somewhere right around Pinellas County, but as we see its trajectory, it's coming a little farther south, and so of course we have to let you know where we're seeing the most concern. Now, if we can add our satellite, we can also see here that we do have to consider the outer band. So let's pop that satellite up there quickly if possible, and then go ahead and talk about the affect of those outer bands and what you've been seeing earlier this afternoon. That'd be great there. So let's zoom on out and get a wider perspective so we can see here. This should be our water vapor imagery. And you see how the eye isn't as as visible as it was yesterday. So that's going to tell us that, yeah, there is a little weakening there. There is something to look into as far as that organization goes, but it still doesn't mean that it's not a strong hurricane and that there isn't going to be major impact there. But as we've been seeing, we have several reports here. If we go ahead and pop up our storm reports, that'll be another great opportunity for everybody at home to see what we have as far as our local storm reports go. And we're going to go ahead and maybe just get that going for the past couple of hours. Let's highlight that there and get our storm reports going quickly. And that'll be really wonderful because that'll allow us to see everything that's been happening for the past couple of hours. I'll go ahead and step off camera for just one moment, guys, so that you can all see our storm reports that we've been talking about today. Then we're going to go ahead and highlight these with our query boxes here and go over who has seen what. So we can see a storm report of a tornado was recorded at 11:55 a.m. EDT. And of course, that's Eastern Daylight Time. Now, until the National Weather Service comes in and says this is a confirmed tornado, we certainly have to be mindful of the fact that this is a report. Let's go ahead and click on some of the other icons, please. We also have another report at 3 p.m. EDT of a tornado. Once again, we have to go through and confirm that we do need the National Weather Service to confirm that. At 3:11 p.m., we also have another tornado issue. Can we zoom on in and see the city, please? That would be great if we could just see where exactly, who's getting the report, or is there a report issued there in that right-hand box? Perhaps there was one issued there. Melbourne, we see one here. We see several reported right along. Here's what's interesting. So many of you guys were wondering, what about the east side of the peninsula? Are you guys seeing the impact there? Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Very, very interesting there. Okay, so we can see here that we've been getting reports of tornadoes up and along the east side of the peninsula for the past several hours. And so it's our job to continue to track landfall with you. I'm meteorologist Erica Martine, and we're going to go ahead and save this quickly, upload it, slice and dice it, and we're going to put it across our social platforms. And then we'll make sure we join you back here in about another 5 minutes. So we're going to kind of keep doing this off and on. I just want to make sure all of you have all of our latest updates and our latest reports. All right, guys, see you in just a bit.